Hi friends, I know many of you have already started to take down your Christmas decor, or you're thinking about taking down your Christmas decor. So I want to share my top 10 tips for organizing Christmas decor with you. I would like to welcome you all back to Happy Hoed Home. I'm so glad that you enjoyed all of my Christmas decorating and the whole Christmas home tour that I posted last week. You left so many sweet comments. Thank you so much. It really is greatly appreciated. You know, every time I start shooting a video, I think Bentley knows it and he starts playing with his toy as he's starting to do right now. I don't think this is a coincidence. I hope you are all having an amazing holiday season with your family and friends and continue to enjoy the magical lights of the season. I don't start until after the new year to remove mine. All this takes a long time to go up and it's going to take a while to take down and put away. So there is absolutely no rush on my end. January and February are our coldest months, and I don't even start to think about spring until March. I leave up a bit of decor for those months, and I will share that with you in January. But now let's talk about my top 10 tips for organizing Christmas decor. Tip number 10. Organize the space now for where you will store all of your decor. For us, it's our garage. These are racks that we had installed a few years ago, and they have been absolutely perfect for storing all of our Christmas decor. If you store your decor in an attic or a closet, this is a great time to get those spaces organized before you put everything back in. It's a good time to go through all of your Christmas decor and add things you know you will never use again. Did you purchase more decor this year? This is a good time to donate old decor that you may not want or ever use again or know that you will never need. If you're downsizing your trees, this is a great time to donate and reduce clutter. I remember when my parents downsized their trees and they replaced all of their trees with just like a single pop-up tree. And it was just so much easier for them as they got older. So of course, then you would want to donate your older stuff. If, let's say for instance, if you're upgrading your garland to new garland with maybe pre-lit lights, donate the used ones or the ones with broken lights. So those are just a few ideas, but yeah, if you are, let's say you're upgrading your trees or any other type of Christmas lights and you're upgrading everything to LED, then you want to donate the old ones. So those are just a few ideas for places to store your Christmas stuff. Tip number 9, store all of your Christmas decor in one area of your home. And as I said previously, ours is the garage. If items are stored in different locations, if you store some things in closets, some things in the basement, it's going to be harder to find the next year. Unless you do it every year and you know exactly where everything is, it is going to be cumbersome and take more time the upcoming year. But if your space limits you to do this and you need to store in different areas, write down or make a note on your laptop or your phone about where these things are located. Is it the attic, closet, basement? Do you keep the trees in the basement, the wreaths in the attic? Whatever you do, make notes and refer back to it for the next year. We have a very big job, as I mentioned, all of our Christmas and decor and everything goes up there, but what you don't see is this huge mess down here where we just was crammed and time limiting things as we were preparing everything, and we just threw all of these pool floats in the garage. All of this needs to be cleaned up before we can even navigate around to bring things out. Like all of my containers are down there that I store all my Christmas decor in, and now we can't get to anything because stuff is so piled up high here in the garage. So number one, that is what we are going to be doing. We are going to be cleaning this space so that I can get to my containers, I can bring them in the house, I can store them, I can bring them out, we can put them up on these racks, and everything will be clean, neat, organized for Christmas 2023. Tip number 8, make a list and take pictures of your Christmas decor this year and note what you loved and what you did not love. You may not remember all this next year, what you did, so it's always good to refer back to it, especially if you like to change things up each year like I do. Take pictures and store them on your phone and write notes and label it Christmas ideas so you will know for next year. I've already started my Christmas ideas list for 2023. I added 4 new flocked tabletop trees, so I'm making notes as to how I want to decorate them next year and which ones I want to keep the same. I think I'm going to change this one up next year. This one was blueberries and white, but now I have another idea for some ornaments that I've started collecting, and I think I want to decorate one of these small trees with those ornaments. I also have another very large 10-foot flock tree in the garage that did not come out this year. So now I'm making notes about how I would want to decorate that and do something different with it that I haven't done before. And another idea is if you do like to use pen and paper, store your most loved decor maybe in one container and label it like favorite Christmas decor. And so that would be an easy way for you when you undecorate, you put all of your favorite things in one container, and maybe that's all you want to bring out next year. And then that's what you do. You bring it out, you'll have everything in one container, and it'll be easy breezy. That's another idea. Number 7, to make storage easier, use bins and containers specifically for Christmas, like tree bags and ornament containers. With some Christmas tree storage bags, you may even be able to leave the tree fully decorated. If I could find a bag and leave this tree fully decorated, that would be awesome. Tree bags also make it easier to store if your trees are on wheels, which is even better. This tree has a tree stand that is on wheels, and it's very easy to move around the room. And if I want to try to put it in another location in the kitchen, I can do that, and it's just very easy. And it makes it easy to put a Christmas tree bag on since it is on wheels, and then you can just store it into a closet if you have a small enough tree. Soft nylon bags are also a good option to store pieces of Christmas trees. When you take them apart and you just put them in the bags and they have handles on them, those are very easy to work with as well. So I'm not able to show you right now because everything's such a mess in the garage, but all of my containers, or what I have moved to, I've moved all of my containers, all the new ones that I bought, to clear see-through bins so you can see what is in each container. And if I do that and I'm not able to tell what is in the container just by seeing it through, because I'll put maybe a lot of items on it, I'll put a label, but I'll put the label on the inside of the bin. Don't put it on the outside, because with weather and, sitting around a year, chances are it's going to fall off. But I do insert the label on the inside of the bin as opposed to the outside. And these bins are great for pillows, villages, odd-shaped items, your candles, just about anything. They are absolutely perfect, and everything I buy now is a clear see-through bin. Tip number 5. If you decorate the same way each year, pack your items by room so you can easily unpack the next year and you will have everything you need all ready. This is our sunroom, and I could go ahead and just pack everything for the, there he goes again, do you see that? It's so funny. So I could go ahead and pack everything for the mantle garland and the tree ornaments and the pillows and pack it all and label it sunroom so that when I go next year to unpack it, everything will be just perfectly ready for me. But I like to switch things up each year, so I pack by color. And this way, when I do decide on my color scheme for next year, all my bins will be easily accessible by color. So I'll have one bin, this is the red, white, and teal bin, and I will put everything red, white, and teal in this container. And then if I decide to do a different color scheme besides teal, maybe red, white, and blue, for instance, then I can take that container and then I can have my container with the blue ornaments, and then I can intermingle those together. So it all depends on how you decorate, what you do each year, how you like to do it, if you like to mix things up, if you like to keep things the same. Those are just things that I do when I am unpacking for the season and I'm thinking about next year, because you always want to think ahead. I know how easy it is just to take everything down, throw it into a bin, throw it into a closet and just forget about it. And then the next year you're like, where did I put that wreath? Where are those ribbons? And it's just always makes everything so much more difficult. So save yourself some headache and just, when you are packing, just be a little more thoughtful about what you are going to be doing next year, especially if you want to switch things up a little bit. Tip number 4, let's talk about ornament storage. I pack all of my valuable ornaments in boxes or containers with compartments for individual storage. All of these ornaments that are breakable, they do get packed into a box and wrapped also in tissue in between those compartments just so that nothing will break. Ones where the non-breakable ornaments, I just wrap up and put in one of those clear bins, again by color. But all of these like ornament sets, like this is a whole ornament set, it is going to be wrapped up in a box that is very compartmentalized. Because if you do have precious ornaments, right, you want to make sure that you always wrap them in tissue. The non-breakable ones, not as big a deal, but for the breakable ones, you don't want them to break. Number 3, I store my picks and stems in very large rolling bins. Oh, see, now he's in this room right behind me with his squeaky toy. That's so funny. Anyway, sorry, I keep getting distracted by that. But yes, and when I do take the florals down, I do try to sort of wrap them up and not just leave them like that. If some of them do wrap, I do try to close them just to protect them. So yes, that is what I do with the long stems and picks. These you can't really wrap or anything. They just are the way they are, and they come out kind of all smashed up the next year. But ones that can be closed up like this, I do try to take care and close those up. Another idea to store long picks are just standing bins. We have a very large bin and we put all of our rolls of wrapping paper in it, one of those very large standing bins. You can do the same with all of your picks and stems. Instead of lying them flat, you can just not lie them, but stand them up straight in a standing bin. That is another idea as well. Just trying to give you like several options for storage based on your particular needs. If you have a lot of them, which I do, and I have a lot of florals, and I really need to get myself better organized on my florals because I have a lot of spring ones, and I really should divide them up between season. But I do interchange them and intermingle them and use some of the blush ones at Christmas time, so I haven't really gotten to do that yet. But that is another idea for storage. Tip number 2, for your wreaths. Store your wreaths in protective bags, like wreath storage bags. And if you have a lot of them and you keep your stuff in the attic, maybe you can, use a dowel rod and wrap the wreaths in plastic to protect them from dust. And then you can just line them all up on the dowel rod, and then they can be very easy to take down for the next season. I don't have a lot of wreaths, and the ones that I do are pretty decorative like this, and they do require much larger containers, which can be a little harder to find than the smaller ones. So I just keep them in protective boxes. But if you do have the smaller, more standard ones, then you could easily store those in containers, bags, or on a rod. And I'm going to interrupt this video just so that Bentley can say hi, because he's been following me around and he just wants to say hi to you. Okay, so there he goes again. He knows I'm recording, and he got some new toys. He got a new tennis ball for Christmas, and he just loves playing with it. So that is what he is doing. Anyway. So I'm back in the foyer, and the number 1 tip that I want to give you to make things easier for next year is to make notes throughout the year in your notes app on your phone. As ideas pop into your head, jot them down and refer to them when the season rolls around. Next year. Earlier this year, when I purchased these 2 blue chairs in a foyer, I had an idea for the blue and white tree, and that's how that started. That's how this idea of the blue and white tree came to fruition. I bought these chairs, and I'm like, I'm gonna do a blue and white tree, and I wrote it down, and I started writing down things that I had that would go well on the tree and things that wouldn't. Things that I would need and things that I would not need. Things I could reuse and things I needed to buy. And, when you do this, September is always a really good time to begin. I know it's way too early for most of you all, but that's when I start to think about Christmas, in September. And when you shop early, you get the best picks, and there are a lot of early Christmas sales. Depending on the season. During COVID, that wasn't the case. But, now that we're getting a little more back to normal, it seems that we can get better deals early on, and there were a lot of really good deals this year for the season, and a lot of deep discounts. Hobby Lobby typically has 40% off most of the time, so shop Hobby Lobby very early so you can get first dibs on everything. I make notes in my phones of items that I already have, and they're things that I just don't want to duplicate, or maybe they're things that I need more of. These white velvet ribbons, these were new this year, and these can be extremely hard to find if you're looking in November and December, from Amazon. So I got those early, and a lot of them were back ordered and even took probably, at least 3 weeks to arrive. So those are all things to consider. So in summary, I'm going to start next week to take down our Christmas decor, and I am going to begin with the family room. We are still enjoying all of the, oh my goodness, all of the lights and the colors of the season. Do you notice he's like doing that in harmony with when I talk to when I don't talk? I really think that he's doing it on purpose. Anyway, as I said, we're still enjoying all of the colors of the season. We are enjoying everything. We're still entertaining for the holidays, and we're having family over, and we've been just having a really good time this week. And we have New Year's Eve coming up this week. So still have like a lot to do. So we're still enjoying all of this. So I'm not going to be starting until next week. But this is the room, the first room that I am going to be taking down. And the reason I'm going to be taking it down is because I'm really excited about this new project that I want to begin. I'll tell you a little bit about it. I bought this cabinet at a thrift store, and I want to put it on this back wall. I want to paint it blue and gold, and then put it right up on this wall behind the tree. If it looks as good in my head as it is going to look in real life, that I'll be super happy about it. I've painted furniture before and it's come out okay. Been very pleased with it. I painted all of our kitchen cabinets and I've painted lots of cabinets before. So I'm excited about that. I'll do that next week. And I will also do a undecorate with me video next week when I do this room. I'm not going to do undecorate with me videos every time that I take something down, because I think you all would probably get pretty bored with that, and who knows, it could be going well into January, and I'm sure you will be well past your undecorating by then. So I'll probably just post one next week and then kind of be done with it and do my process. But anyway, I wanted to just show you that. Continue, please, to like and subscribe and be as incredibly awesome as you have been. Love you all. You all have been amazing, so sweet, so kind. Continue to like and share. And we have things coming up in the new year. Please let me know if there are things that you want me to talk about, what you're interested in hearing about, what you would like to know more about. I don't know, just like to hear whatever your thoughts and ideas are. I'm going to be making some changes in the house. There are some projects that I want to start on next year. So I will talk a little bit more about that in the upcoming weeks. But I hope you all have hope you all had a fantastic holiday, and I hope you all have a very, very, very merry and a very happy new year. And I will talk to you all very soon. All right, bye.